Good afternoon. My name is John Feather. I'm the CEO of Grantmakers in Aging, and we're pleased to be with you today to talk about an important new effort that brings together some amazing partners in the national scheme to work on aging issues in a different way. Joining me today is Emily Allen, who is the Senior Vice President at the AARP Foundation Programs part.
Hi, John.
Catherine Godschalk, who is Vice President of Investments at Calvert Foundation.
Thanks, John.
And Scott Sporte, the Chief Lending Officer at Capital Impact Partners.
John.
Welcome to you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great to be here.
Emily, let's start with you.
Okay.
We know that there are many more older people. We know that the population is expanding rapidly. Can you tell us about how that change is impacting on the diversity of the financial resources that older people bring and what we can do about it, particularly in a program like Age Strong?
Absolutely. Thanks, John. It's great to be here and to be talking about this important initiative. You're right. The population, we all know this, the population is aging. And in many ways, that brings about a lot of positive things. There's people that are remaining in the workforce longer. There's a lot of intergenerational opportunities, multi-generational workforces. At the same time, as you pointed out, that also brings a lot of challenges. Because individuals are living longer, many have not saved up for retirement or that longer period of time. So we're really looking at challenges financially for older adults. In the future, we'll look at probably more entrepreneurial models. But for right now, there's some great ideas out there that can really connect people, allow them to stay and age in place in their communities, but do so by providing new models of care that allow people to stay connected to their home and their communities.
Scott, tell us a little bit about a concept that we're hearing a lot about, which is age-friendly communities, which tries to bring together a lot of different resources in a community. Tell us a little bit more about that idea.
Sure. I think there are a number of interesting models for that type of community where people want to be able to remain in their homes but need to be able to access services, healthcare, to be able to get their groceries. They want to be able to get out and attend social events and other types of opportunities to socialize with their neighbors.
So Catherine, we come to you. We've heard the term Age Strong several times. So tell us what Age Strong is.
Absolutely, with pleasure. So Age Strong is really a collaboration. It's an initiative, a partnership between AARP Foundation, Capital Impact Partners, and Calvert Foundation. It is an investment initiative aimed at directing more than $70 million of private capital to meet the community needs that Emily and Scott were just describing. I think there are a couple of factors that distinguish this from existing efforts. One is really the collaboration among the partners, and the other is the opportunity for everyday individuals to be investing for impact, knowing that their dollars are working to create the realities that they want to see in the communities of need.
AARP and AARP Foundation are really investors in this fund. We have, over the last several years, really looked at social impact investing as a real opportunity to move beyond just programmatic work into more investments into communities and the issues that we care about really across our impact areas, those integrated issues of hunger, housing, isolation, and income.
I wonder if I could ask each of you to talk a little bit about the role that your organizations will play in this work and a little bit about the organization itself so our audience will know more about how that works.
Capital Impact Partners is a national nonprofit community development financial institution. Our mission is to work with people who live in low-income communities who are not served by traditional financial markets. We will be receiving some of the investment through the Calvert Foundation from the AARP Foundation and AARP to make loans to organizations that will benefit 50-plus populations around the country.
Calvert Foundation, for more than 20 years, has been enabling individuals and institutions to invest for social good. And our role in this collaboration is to, through our investment product, the Community Investment Note, enable individuals to become a part of the Age Strong initiative. We have, over our history, raised more than $1 billion from more than 15,000 individuals and institutions. And we have deployed that capital working alongside strong intermediary partners like Capital Impact Partners. And our investors have received 100% repayment on principal and interest.
So Emily, let's start talking more specifically about the program. Could you give us some examples of how working together in this Age Strong environment might help a community?
We see this as such a fantastic opportunity to actually create jobs, and that may be jobs for younger people, or it may in fact be jobs for older people. So as we look at investing in things like grocery stores and others, what a great opportunity to put a grocery store in a food desert.
One of the distinguishing elements of this is its private capital at work with a focus on generating the positive social impact. So, you know, philanthropic giving, government programs are critically important and will always remain critically important, but the reality is the, you know, governmental discretionary spending is at an all-time low, or a low for the last 30 to 50 years, and we don't see an uptick anytime soon. Charitable giving would have to sort of nearly double to begin to fill the gap that we see in discretionary spending, and directing more private capital smartly, you know, into programs that are sustainable and scalable in order to address the growing demand that we've talked about is, I think, what Age Strong is really focused on.
What types of borrowers do you think of when you think of this program? Are there ideal borrowers for this effort?
Ideal borrowers are those that are going to focus the benefits of their work on populations age 50 and older. And those organizations can be nonprofit social service providers, healthcare providers, skilled nursing facilities, but then organizations that help provide or increase access to fresh, healthy food, to help low-income seniors increase their ownership of assets by purchasing their own homes or their manufactured housing. We can finance virtually a full range of needs that really can benefit your project development. We think about financing a facility, can help finance the construction or the acquisition of a building. We can provide long-term financing for that same facility. We can help finance equipment. We can provide some working capital financing and the dollars needed to purchase inventory if you're a fresh food retailer, for example.
How does the investment actually work?
How do you do it?
How do you do this?
Well, there are a couple different ways. So you can invest directly on Calvert Foundation's website for a minimum of $1,000. You can invest through your brokerage account for $1,000. Or what I'm most excited about is you can go online and invest for as little as $20 and become a part of Age Strong.
It all comes down to the community. So we're working with organizations that do have a national footprint, that are working with communities all over the country. We're working with hyper-local organizations that are focused on maybe a 2-block area. It doesn't really matter what their geographic footprint is. It really matters how they're able to target their investment to benefit 50-plus populations.
We all have one thing in common. We are all aging. And so, in fact, what we can put into place today will only benefit everybody at some point.
Well, thank you all. This is a very exciting effort and really a game changer in the way in which we might be able to bring private capital in to meet the needs of this very large and growing segment of the population. So thank you all.
Thank you.